The current podcast is sponsored by New Life Barber Lounge. New Life is not another barbershop. This is a place where you will find great energy and a friend in the New Life crew. This is a place all about the experience. They will take care of you and have you looking spectacular. Don't waste your time at any other place. Go right now and follow them on Instagram at New Life Barbers and get yourself looking spectacular.
Hey, so
Welcome to the current podcast. This is your producer, Byron. This is Sports Wave Monday. We got our co-producer, Mauricio, in the building. How are you, bro?
doing real good, man. Another weekend of sports going live, man. We have our host, Enzo.
There we go. How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? I'm already fucking up, but what up, man? What up?
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. And we also
up,
got Manny in the building.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going, you
How
guys?
you doing, bro?
Good, man. Glad to be back again.
Fulfilling weekend
How
of
y'all-
sports.
How y'all doing?
Doing good, chilling, bro.
Good, man.
Staying busy. You know what I mean? So if you guys are keeping up with us on Sports Wave, it's been a pretty crazy weekend with just things that we've been talking about. We're going to start off with the Dodgers. They dropped a couple of games against the Giants. Basically lost the series because I think they had
I think it was 3 games, yeah.
3 games
They
that
lost
they
the whole
lost.
series.
So it's
And one of them was Walker Buehler. He's like in a 5-6 game losing streak, I believe.
damn, that's all bad. You know what I mean?
And I heard that he's also they're saying that something wrong with his shoulder. If not, I think it's his elbow, one of those two.
Yeah, you know, and so that's coming off of the eve of that game right now. They lost, all 3 games against the Giants on Friday, 2-7. Dodgers on the following day lost 3-2, and then yesterday it lost 0-2.
Damn. Man.
So it's been some tough games for them, and like you said, our ace Walker Buehler. If he's,
You guys are
if
still
he's
going to
hurt,
the game this week?
let's go. Yeah, we're going tomorrow against the
What
Angels.
time?
This will be their first game of the 2-game series that they're having. They'll also be playing on Wednesday.
They dropped the 2 games against the. Oh no.
3 games against the Giants.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's going on with Dodgers right now. And in addition to that, the Yankees had a big game yesterday. They won, I believe it was like 18-3. And this is off of Aaron Judge. They kind of lowballed him off in the offseason. The Yankees did. So he took a bet on
Did
himself.
they lowball him, bro?
Yeah, they did.
I don't think they lowball him.
That guy should be getting. He should be getting Mike Trout money, if not more.
Nah. Bro,
So
how many games did he play?
Aaron Judge.
Yeah. Compared to Mike Trout. He was hurt a lot.
But Aaron Judge, man, look, what I'm trying to say though
When
is
he's
that he took
available,
a bet on
he-
himself,
he's
and right
well,
now
but-
this guy is the hottest player right now in baseball. Right now.
Right. Well,
He's
like I
carrying our
said,
team basically.
when he's healthy, he's phenomenal. But in his beginning of his career, he was hurt a lot, bro.
After this season though, he's gonna break the bank for sure.
For
He'll-
sure.
he'll be the highest paid
And I
baseball
feel
player.
like maybe he would deserve it after this season, but maybe he didn't get it the last pay day because he was always hurt, so they didn't.
I think
and-
he's just lucky that
and the
he didn't
Yankees-
decide to walk either.
that too. But also the Yankees are such a star-studded team that they throw money around to other players too. So he's lucky that they kept him.
Man, but Aaron Judge, that guy is something else though, man. Like remember we saw him that one time.
for sure.
That dude is
Yeah?
a specimen. Yeah.
Where at?
We were at a Cole
He's
concert
like
in the elevator.
six,
Oh,
with
shit,
seven,
he was
bro.
there? Oh,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
Tall, bro.
Damn.
He's tall.
So
Basketball.
But this is when
Yeah.
this was his like rookie season when we saw him.
But he was even that season he was already popping
huge,
off
bro.
because of what
No,
he
but
was.
his rookie season was put him on the map, but then he got injuries after that.
Yeah, and you know it's kind of common you have
Baseball,
back
man.
injuries and all that stuff. But yeah, he could be set to be the highest paid baseball player in the next coming years for sure, and the next season better said. So I think that I also saw this is the first season that the Mets and the Yankees are like at like they're both at like
They're
at the
both
top.
doing well, yeah.
Yeah, they both already got to 40 games, I believe. I'm gonna look that up just to be sure. But I think because the homie CJ that has been on this podcast is a Yankee fan. He's out there in New York. He sees them going to the World Series, and I hope the Dodgers can fix whatever woes they have, so that I think a Dodgers Yankees World Series will be like one of the most watched World
Phenomenal.
Series in the last.
New York versus
last-
LA.
That's like what I heard today, bro. That is a possibility that there could be a Argentina and Portugal final
It's a possibility.
because they don't see. each
They're on
other
the
and-
opposite, yeah. Mhm.
So that would be also another crazy.
Yeah, the Mets are 40-22, and the Yankees are 44-16. The Angels, by the way, that the Dodgers have them, they're 29-33 after they just fired their manager, Joe Madden. So after a 12-game losing streak, so I could see why that was. He was in the last year of his contract as well. The Dodgers are 37-23, so I think it's gonna be an entertaining series. I need to see who's gonna be pitching for that tomorrow.
Tony?
It'd be dope if Otani's pitching tomorrow, man. That's kind of what I wanted to go see, if I'm being honest with y'all. But up next, Enzo, this is more of I mean, we all like it, but
I mean,
you've been the one more heavy on this wave right now. So did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I mean, it's crazy to see Nick Young and Blueface want to scrap it out in the ring.
I was talking about Daniel Suárez winning.
That.
The NASCAR.
You see
Sonoma.
that? I was surprised that you put that in there because I was so caught up in the Formula One this weekend that I didn't.
I know it's not Formula One, but just the whole racing
I mean,
circuit.
still the fact that it, like I said,
He's the first
NASCAR. I
Mexican
should have
born.
caught that. I didn't, but like I was just caught up in the fact that Lewis Hamilton's dealing with some, I think, back issues or something. That's like he was having trouble getting out of the cockpit of his race car. But nah, man, that's kind of crazy. Like back-to-back weeks. Well, not even like 2 weeks apart. That the first Formula, not even first. Well, first Mexican to win Monaco, and then first Mexican.
That's in Formula One, and now this one's in NASCAR.
Right.
Yeah,
So
it was a Sonoma.
that's kind of
Raceway.
interesting, man.
Hispanics are up,
Hey, man, we up right now, man.
getting on that map.
What are their odds to win the World Cup?
Hispanics?
No, Mexico.
Mexico?
Yeah,
They need
because
to.
we're talking about it.
They need to resolve their midfield. I mean, if they can resolve their midfield, I think they can go far.
Yeah, it'd be
That's one of the biggest issues that they have is their midfield.
interesting. It looks like just kind of for tomorrow's pitching, Noah Syndergaard will be pitching for the Angels, he's a good pitcher, and then Tony Gonsolin for the Dodgers. And then in addition to that, Becky Hammon was inducted into the Women's Hall of Fame. She was the one that was with
Yeah, with Pop
yeah
at Spurs.
right, that's what I was about to say.
Hmm
Yeah. So
She got inducted into the Women's Hall of Fame.
right now she's coaching the Las Vegas Aces.
Correct.
She came from Popovich's.
From his lineage.
Yeah.
She coached a couple games when Pop. I think when Pop's wife
he's about
died.
to retire and stuff.
Because he took games off because his wife passed away. So I know that in that stint she coached a couple NBA games. So that's pretty dope. That she's now getting because she was a hell of a college player too, or a WNBA player herself, right, Enzo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. I think she was part of like the first group that made it to the what do you call it, to the NBA or WNBA, like Lisa Leslie's class, or I think something like that.
She went to Colorado State from 95 to 99. And then as a player, she played for the New York Liberty. And then she played for the San Antonio Stars, and then just played for a lot of different organizations throughout the world. Actually, she played in Moscow because, she's Russian. She was a 6-time All-Star. Huh?
She's Russian?
Yeah, this is what I'm seeing right now. She's an American-Russian professional basketball coach.
Dope. Sick. That's fucking dope.
Yeah. So so she's a point guard. So she does what Enzo does. She got that mid-range and all that and that.
I'm still learning the point guard ropes, bro. I'm more of a shooting guard.
More of a combo guard and shit. Feel that. But yeah, so Becky Hammon is now in the Hall of Fame, much deserved. But yeah, to this whole Nick Young versus Blueface thing.
I don't even know where that came from.
I hope Nick Young puts the brakes on this guy.
Man, I would.
I mean, the only thing I know about Blueface is that one track. That's it.
Tatiana?
Yeah.
I mean,
From there, I don't know anything about
his
him.
last fight that he fought a YouTuber, and the YouTuber was a white boy that got no hands, so he definitely put that.
Yeah, he looked cool there.
But Nick Young, I think I think they're both from the Valley, so it's like Valley on Valley.
The old boys from Pacoima,
And
Blueface.
Nick Young's from Reseda.
Yep.
The Pacoima also, one of the two.
Yeah.
But
no, Nick ain't Reseda. Yeah, you're right.
he went to
he went to
Reseda High
Cleveland.
School. He went to Cleveland High School, but I don't know. I think he's from Pacoima or something like that. Who knows though? I'm not sure, bro. But he's a Valley kid. You know what I'm saying? I think who would be. I think who I think would be Blueface if they fought would be Gilbert Arenas.
Oh.
He's with the shit. I feel like.
Oh, there's this like TikTok dude that he's the one that's doing always those running videos, and he's like Asian or something, and he had a boxing fight too. I don't know what his name is, but I actually saw that boxing fight like recently, and I think that dude can give. He looks pretty good at the sport.
But
compared to other guys.
Is he tall enough to fight Blueface? Because Blueface is tall.
Nah, he's not tall enough. But I
He's a
think
guy
that I think that he'll be good. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But I also saw Jake Paul is supposed to fight August 30th, I believe, along with that fighter that's signed underneath him, Amanda Serrano, I believe is that's her name.
The Puerto Rican girl.
Yeah. So they're both gonna fight on the same
She's
card.
fought like in every undercard from him.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But like these last couple fights, he's just been promoting her, and like she's been the headline. Like she did MSG or something like that. And I think he's gonna fight at MSG this time, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna look that up right now. I remember seeing that about him. That both of them were supposed to fight. Yeah, Amanda Serrano is set to co-lane August 6th boxing card at Madison Square Garden. Yeah.
That's the one that Jake is doing.
Yeah, but there's no both of them are gonna be on that card.
So who's he fighting? Nobody yet.
That is not settled yet as of right now, not on this post that I'm seeing, but for sure he's set to fight that day. So that'll be interesting there. Besides that, Mayweather enters the Hall of Fame as well.
You know that? He just got inducted to the Hall of
actually
Fame
didn't know
yesterday.
That was news to me right there.
And got emotional as he's being inducted to the boxing.
He had the Jordan moment.
He has his own.
The Jordan meme?
His Jordan moment.
He had his head down so you couldn't see his crying face. But he was crying.
Floyd
tears of
Mayweather
joy,
brought to
he said.
tears during Hall of Fame induction speech. What do you guys think about Floyd Mayweather for sure? Like,
Oh no, he's one of the greatest of all time.
Like-
when it comes to boxing.
but
There's
like
no
for
denying
example, there's videos I've seen when when Floyd, in a sense, you could say was in a sense kind of disrespecting Muhammad Ali. You know, saying that Muhammad Ali lost to a guy that had barely had a couple fights and that he's never lost and this and that. And then Mike Tyson's like,
rules were different.
know.
The era was different.
I mean, you don't think he's entitled to his own opinion about himself?
about himself, yeah, but to think that he's better than Muhammad Ali, I don't think so.
I think
Different weight
Kobe thought he
classes.
was better than Jordan. He told it to his face.
At least they got to at least play against each other at least a couple times.
I mean, we're talking about two different weight classes.
I just
Yeah.
think that
That's what I said.
Mayweather
Weight
should've-
classes,
Mayweather
rules
should
are
have just shown
different.
his
Everything.
respect to the
he
to the
has,
past of boxing.
but he
especially in
ha-
that video, it was
he has,
just
bro.
one-
But it's just it's a thing. I feel that a boxer has bragging rights when his record is unblemished.
The thing is, too, that he's always being compared to that person, so that kind of gets annoying after a while, you know?
Well, every
Yeah.
boxer that's great gets compared to that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's because that's the people's champ. You know what I'm saying? But that 50-0 doesn't necessarily mean that you're the people's champ either.
yeah, not at all.
So
Yeah, because a lot of people don't like him.
right, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's his opinion, and he's entitled to it. I personally feel, if you're asking me, bro, I personally feel he's one of the greatest boxers that we ever had. That, you know, defensively, he had two. To me, he's kind of like Kobe Bryant in the sense of boxing.
He had two.
He had a number 8 era
like a
and
two
a
primes in a
24
way.
no,
Mhm.
not only 2 primes. It was he had the fighting Pretty Boy Mayweather, and then he had Money May.
He learned how to
Yeah.
adapt.
And Money May was, I needed to be able to. Money May basically realized there's life after boxing. Preserve my body, don't get hit, but smack these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So that, with taking that approach and then being the A side in boxing, this is the other thing that he learned from Muhammad Ali's mistakes. He didn't have a promoter. He became his own promoter.
And he chose his
Muhammad Ali had Don King and had all these other people behind him. I think he had Don King.
Yeah, I believe so.
And he had all these other people that were scamming him, bro.
So for Mike Tyson, the same.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're at the mercy of the other boxer you're fighting and then the promoter. So I
Yeah.
think, you know, he's one of the GOATs. I wish him well, you know what I'm saying, in retirement. Hopefully he stops fighting. I don't want to see him do no more expedition. Because if you made these investments,
there's
get
no
away
reason-
from him, man.
there's
Just
no
promote
reason.
other fighters. Just, I would say, lead them in the right direction.
How far off is Manny Pacquiao from the Hall of Fame?
He has to be retired for a number of
Yeah.
years. Yeah, he's still active.
He's still active, yeah.
Well, he officially retired after his last fight against Ugas.
He lost or won?
He lost that fight, remember?
He lost
I
that
saw that
fight.
at your fight, at your house.
Oh, shit, he did lose that fight. against
Yeah.
Ugas.
But did
That-
he retire, though? I don't
Yeah,
remember
he
him saying
retired,
he
bro.
retired.
He
Yeah.
retired.
That's what he said he's running for president after, right?
Yeah. And that's that I believe that someone just came into office in the Philippines. The Philippines. So okay, I see that. So 20 years ago, the Lakers had their three-peat.
It hasn't been done since.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? While we seen the Celtics,
And it's crazy because before that it was Jordan that had done it, and before that I think it was also the Lakers, wasn't it? Or no?
Yeah.
Did they have a 3P with
No,
the
before
Showtime
that, it
Bulls?
was the Bulls that did it again.
No, I know, but before that, it was.
Oh,
No, it was the Lakers. I think had. No, I think they hadn't had back-to-backs.
Yeah,
Then they
right.
lost, and then they came back again on a third. They didn't have three. They don't have threes.
Let me see this real quick. Yeah, because they lost in '86. It was
it was
85,
back-to-back?
87, and '88. Yeah, right.
And then
Yeah, it was a trip. But yeah, so it was the Lakers at least have done it for sure though.
lo voy a poner partido aquí para que-
But yeah, man, right there we have the what's it called?
the waves, man.
The waves for that, man, for sure. But we also had UFC 275 this weekend, and it was a really interesting card. Just being that it was in Singapore. Manny, what we say? It started at 7 a.m. for the early prelims, basically.
Over there, but for us,
Yeah, over
No, but I'm trying to say because I think
yeah.
because I thought it was gonna be early for us too, like it's been for like the UK fights, but it was
No.
just at
So,
what, at
no,
5 for us?
7 was we had established was 11 a.m.
over there,
Yeah.
and it was 7 for us.
Mm-hmm.
it was 7 p.m. here, and it was like 7 a.m. there because that's
But
7
prelims
p.m. was
started,
10
like,
a.m.
around
over there.
4.
Yeah. No, there you go. That's how it was.
7 p.m. was 10 a.m. over
10
there.
a.m. over
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
But the prelims that was
starting-
starting at 4, that was starting at 7 a.m. over there.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, I thank you, Dana, for accommodating us.
It's funny because Dana wasn't there.
mm.
Watching.
He watched it remotely as well, like all of us.
Yeah. So we had also that first fight in the card, Fiali versus Matthews. Fiali got flatlined is the easy way to say it, and that was just a preview of what was gonna happen in the next couple fights. But Fiali, Portuguese cat that he fought. The last time that we saw a UFC card here at the shop was when he fought. I remember. I forget who he fought against though. Point is that like I said, he got pieced up pretty badly versus Matthews. But then Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. That first round was another entertaining round. Weili showed her wrestling skills, took her down.
Is that your opinion, or is that the facts?
Yeah.
think
It
it was
was
entertaining
there
first round.
absolute domination in this one, Enzo?
I was saying it was absolute.
That was
was there
entertaining first
absolute
round.
domination?
Huh?
I said it was an entertaining first round
It was in
because Joanna was getting back to her feet too, and because
yeah,
that was
you
another
saw
thing
the
too.
strength.
She was
getting
no.
manhandled, bro.
No, for sure. And then this being a three round fight, I think that was also a thing that was going to, in a sense, favor Weili because her energy is a lot more.
That's
President in the first
true,
rounds.
for sure. But I feel like
Because those elbows she was throwing at her when she was off of when Joanna was on her.
I was
her
calling
back,
it over at that point. I was like, oh, it's over. And then
But she rolled out of it.
She rolled
She
out
got
of
out
it,
got back
yeah.
on her feet, and I'm
that
like,
showed the heart in her. But damn, bro, she moved. She was like the way. There was one way that I think, was it Joanna that got her to fall, or was it? Did she get a takedown?
Yeah, Joanna got to
I
take.
think
But
so
it
at
was
some
like
point.
the craziest takedown in the way that
They
she
were just
did it.
rolling with each other,
Yeah.
She was like
No, it
defending
was like a
shit.
crazy stand up that they did. But anywho, I personally feel that shit was wild the way she went out, bro.
Yeah, no, in that second
Which one
one
was
too,
worse, to see her go out or Tony go out like that?
Tony was worse, bro. Tony was
Tony.
on the floor for a while,
Yeah.
He was. Huh?
bro. He was on that
Yeah.
floor for a minute.
Fuck,
We were
bro.
all like, they
like,
cut the feed,
Yeah,
bro.
bro, like, this
they
will die,
switched,
bro.
they panned away, bro, like if he died on
But
the map,
low key, hers, like the way she felt looks very similar to his. bro.
Honestly, though, seeing
Nah,
her,
but you
like
see
the
her
way-
throw a punch, though.
Yeah,
Right, for
and
sure.
You
what
see
it
her
was with
throw the
Joanna,
punch, and it's like,
I
she
damn.
set it up nicely, but
I feel
Yeah.
like what it was with her when she got hit with that shit. First of all, I don't think she saw that shit coming, and it was kind of like, yo, that shit got me, and like, cause I saw her eyes still open as she was going down, so I don't think she got like knocked out. I feel like she was just like, yo, I've taken too much at this point, and cause that shit landed clips when she just
so
falls.
then that would mean that she was getting dominated.
Yeah, no, she
Absolute
was.
domination.
Yeah, she was. She
Because I
was, she
remember I
was.
was saying that in the
Yeah,
group
yeah,
chat.
yeah.
I was
She
like,
was, bro.
Absolute domination.
all I said was absolute.
The good thing that I saw the hope in is that she got back on her feet, and I
The
was
thing
like,
that made
she
me
can do it.
question is, I think Connor needs to put down the proper 12, bro. Because he was over here saying that the first fight, she got robbed. I'm like, bro, she not get robbed in the first fight. She clearly lost that fight. I don't know.
There
was
was
it him
Hey,
that
yo,
first
and
fight,
did you see
kudos.
how her face was starting to go again?
on the side?
Yeah,
Well,
I was
of
like,
course, bro, she was getting
hematoma.
elbowed up for
But this
like
I'm like, hematoma.
It's just
numerously,
like,
bro. Come on now.
I feel like that's not Whaley. Whaley walks around with like 140, bro. She got to. The way she was
I don't
moving.
think so. I think she's like at
135.
130, 132, maybe 135.
Nah, but she's
That bitch
big,
is
bro.
solid. I mean, that woman is solid.
She doesn't struggle to cut weight. If she was at one,
You don't struggle to cut weight,
nah, she was at 140, bro. She's never
Well, you
missed
gotta
weight
remember,
or anything like
Asians
that.
are known for being petite, bro.
but bro, she
Yeah.
is not just petite, bro. She's solid.
No.
bro.
She's cut.
And
You see
nah,
her arms, and you can
Like,
see
The
bro,
thing
those.
is,
like,
too,
damn,
the
that's a
thing is
big
too, the
bitch.
way that Asians train too, bro, they're fucking hitting bricks sometimes. They're hitting other shit. They're strengthening their bones in a different type of way. So when they hit like human flesh, it's just
Yeah,
it
they're over
looks
here
more
hitting
fucking powerful.
Salvando
Yeah.
Huevo over there.
Because I've seen other Asian fighters too in the UFC, and when they hit, it just looks like it's a fucking tank, bro.
Nah, for sure. I mean, a lot of martial arts came from Asia.
You know,
Yeah.
so
They kill a lot of their nerves.
and I think that Zhang Wei Li will fucking destroy Carlos Barza. But it's always gonna be a wild card with her and Nami Yunus, because Nami Yunus, I think she's
So do you think if Wei Li takes the belt from Carla,
Rose-
they run it back with Rose again?
for sure, bro. Rose has 2 over her.
But Rose to me,
Rose knocked her
the
out
way
with a
she
fucking
lost
kick,
this
bro.
last fight, man, she needs to.
That's the
It
thing,
seemed like she
though.
was too scared to engage that shit.
I
bro.
think she was too scared. I don't think that she was too scared to engage. I feel like in a sense, she wanted to show her defensive shit,
She was trying to do the Mayweather, bro.
but at the same time,
She was
like
trying to get the bag
when
while
it
being
comes to someone that's
defensive.
wrestling you, like their style is not. It's a boring style as we've discussed, because Carter's
Nah,
also not.
It's not boring. It's boring when it's one-sided. Because if we
Yeah,
talk
'cause
about
that was
that,
a
if we
boring
talk,
ass fight,
if we
though,
talk
bro.
about the next
Who said
fight,
that was a boring
that
fight?
was entertaining.
Which fight? The
When she-
Rose
Rose
versus.
Carla.
Oh yeah, that was boring.
We watched the Canelo
Bro,
fight.
we ended
over
up
that, bro.
watching the Canelo
And
fight.
it wasn't that it was one-sided wrestling. It was just that they weren't doing anything.
Bro,
She
they
was-
were
she was
basically
stuffing the
running,
takedowns.
they were running in circles
But yeah, bro.
the whole fight.
Yeah.
Like for me, like for example, Adesanya has faced that shit, and he'll still at least like
Kick.
touch the guy enough to like
Like
you
the
know,
kicks
Yeah,
are
win the
like
fight. You know,
you hear the
active,
kicks
yeah.
like they're like
Nah, but I
smack.
just wanted to make that clarity of like it's not that ground game is boring. It's
No.
just boring when it's one-sided.
I think it's
You
boring
know,
when it's
it's-
one-sided and there's no activity. Because,
Exactly.
Like Khabib, I don't think his shit was boring because of the certain things that he was smashing people on the floor, bro. You know, like that's the
But
difference.
that was something that was like an absolute domination that the UFC had never seen before.
Yeah.
The way he would like isolate your foot and then you couldn't do shit and then you weren't mobile anymore and then he smashed your face.
Yeah.
That was what nobody had ever saw that, bro.
But,
so
but
it's
when
like
we see someone like this guy
I'm gonna smash your face.
that guy that fought Adesanya, I forget his name right now, but he's the dude that has the blonde hair.
Jan?
No. He's in the middleweight division, but he fought him, and his style of wrestling is he fought Kevin Holland as well.
Oh,
Brunson?
Yeah, Brunson. There
Brunson,
you go.
yeah.
Yeah, Brunson. So
Brunson.
his style of grappling and wrestling,
But his
boring.
is really
Yeah.
like it's
'Cause
he's just on
holding
top
you
of
down.
you. Yeah, he's
just
just on
holding
top
you
of you,
down.
to pinning you down.
That's the
yeah.
boring shit. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
what I feel like Carlo was gonna do. I don't
But
feel
I
like
feel
Carlo
like
was gonna
he's
get
like
on her.
that depending on the turn fight. Like I feel like if he feels that if he
Well,
stands
he
up with
used to be.
somebody,
He used to be hot-headed.
right? But it's because of I feel like Brunson, if he knows that he's gonna get knocked out by somebody, he's just gonna go to his strength,
Mm-hmm.
which is wrestling and grappling, and just taking your ass down. But I personally feel that, the main event. I mean, not even the Valentina
The
fight.
co-main event, yeah.
That shit was
Valentina,
impressive, bro.
yeah, that girl, Santos,
She had a lot of like the way she was. I had never seen Valentina get taken down like that. But the fact that Valentina showed how much
she
of
tried
heart,
taking her down, and she got caught slipping basically.
right?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, and the fact that
That's
Valentina,
gonna happen against a specialist, especially someone like Bridget. They're gonna the one.
Nah,
it's a
she
death match.
slipped. She
But-
slipped.
No, but still, something like
Yeah.
that, you'll get stuck
it's
in that
crazy,
position.
bro. Valentina had so much. It reminded me of Alexander whatever his name was.
Volkanovski.
That guy, because she was in a chokehold and then she was just like, nah.
Nah,
she
but that
just-
was pure strength, bro.
Yeah,
She stayed so
'cause she
composed.
got
That was
her hand and
pure
was able to
strength,
untake
yeah.
it.
Right,
Like
but that-
Volkanovski was like he
there was-
withstanded
you
that
didn't see
shit.
the other one where it was like she was holding it for a minute and then you saw that she gripped the hand and then you started seeing the strength. It was like
Yeah,
almost
a lot of-
She-Hulk when
A lot
like
of the
that shit was
times
wild, bro.
Yeah.
when they were in that
But see,
position.
that's entertaining because it's back and forth.
Exactly.
When
That
Back
was-
and forth ground
Yeah,
game.
when that position right there first, like what I really like, what I saw from Santos was that she started covering Valentina's breathing, made her super uncomfortable.
Right.
What I would have done after that is I would have started
that's-
punching Valentina, but she didn't. And if anything, Valentina started punching her.
That just comes with the experience of lack of experience.
Yeah,
But what do you guys think about the hair clash?
it was the thing that changed the fight for sure.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
That's what
Or she
broke her orbital,
That shit's
yeah.
a savage. Like, bro, how does Valentina not have nothing?
Huh?
That's that. How does she not get?
Because her part of the head was like. The
I know, but
top
that's
part.
it's crazy how like
Mhm.
you
It's
know.
just more solid there. This is more hollow. I feel right here.
Yes, of course. But what I'm saying is the unfortunate circumstances of a fight. How, like, bro, she could have stole that fight from her, bro. If that would have never have happened, it would have been a completely different fight, in my opinion. Just because of the back and forth that we were seeing,
no, for
and like
sure.
how we
And
say,
the eye getting shut.
and like how we say, don't leave it up to the judges. This fight looked like it was gonna go the full 5 rounds.
It did go to the full 5
Yeah.
rounds.
Did it?
Yeah,
it
it
went
did.
to
Bro,
full
but it
5
was like
rounds.
to me
It was a split decision.
but it just seemed more dominated once her eyes was fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, for
definitely.
Sure. That shit was
Because
shut,
that's
bro.
when Valentina was standing and banging with
Right,
her.
like it just seemed
Like,
like
she didn't
it
go
was
to the ground.
one-sided, but
And then in the 5th round, she takes her to the ground like in the last minute and a half, but just to show her I can, beat you
just-
at your own game.
it's just crazy, bro, because it's like to have that shit was broken during the fight, right?
She might have to run that back, honestly.
They were saying that online, weren't
I
they?
might have to. I
Yeah.
might have to see that because at the same time in that division, we've never seen that happen to Valentina.
Exactly,
So,
Yep.
yeah, I
bro.
think that's
She
the best thing to
usually
do.
ends people within the
And if
first 2 rounds.
I'm not mistaken, her mom was at that fight,
Yeah, she was.
and
Never at her fights?
her mom. Well, her mom is a very big stamp in the women's Muay Thai and just Muay Thai world. And she was the one that like kind of put that on. So I was seeing on the UFC Embedded that like they were walking into the athlete hotel, and Joanna saw her, and since Joanna was also in Muay Thai, they like greeted each other, and it's like it's a lot of respect there. And even when Joanna, I think either before she walked into
Valentina's
the cage,
mom.
yeah,
Oh,
right before
that's
she,
the lady that hugged her.
yeah, exactly. That
Yeah.
was
I
the
was
lady
like,
that hugged her.
they made a big deal online
Yep.
about it, and I was like, who's
That's
this lady?
Valentina's mom, if I'm
Thanks
not
for the
mistaken.
clarification.
So yeah, that was a big thing to see. So also seeing Joanna retire and whatnot, I think like she said after 20 years of just being in fighting
She
and
being a UFC warrior,
Muay Thai
Soldier, I mean.
championships,
UFC soldier.
UFC, yeah, all that. I think, like I said, strawweight queen without a doubt. So respect to Joanna and everything, and
But
I
bro,
love that she said she wants to be a mom and that she wants to, pursue business and all that, and be a good manager, be a good coach, because I think she could be a great coach, for a lot of other Polish fighters or just other strawweight. She even said, I like how she said, she's like, Thug, Namajunas, let's train together. Like that's dope, bro. Like I like seeing that camaraderie afterwards after you've had those fights with these people and all that, and that's the only thing you can do,
Yeah.
But then Glover versus Yuri Prochka, that was a
Yuri
perm
gets
burner.
a championship fight after three fights in the UFC.
but he
Yes.
Well, this was
dominated
That was
the
his
last-
third one, actually.
That was his third. It wasn't
That
his
was
fourth.
his third. No.
No,
He had
I think
two
this was
fights
the fourth.
prior.
No, I think this was the
No,
fourth.
no, no. This was his third one. You can look it up
I'm
on.
gonna look it up right now.
You can look it up. This was his third fight.
Dominic Reyes was the last one. Who was the one before that?
Yep.
It was
Well,
his
actually,
third,
hold up.
right?
Hold up. 1 second. I'm gonna look that up.
Because
right now.
that's what I understood.
Sure Dog's gonna tell me right now.
That championship fight was his
In
third fight in the UFC.
That was his third fight. in the
Exactly,
UFC,
and he
bro.
became a champion.
But that's because of the
he was in
caliber of
Ryzen
fighters.
before
That's
that.
because of the caliber of fighters that he fought. He got there quickly because he beat Peter Jan
Peter Yan. No.
Jan Block.
No. He beat Dominic Reyes.
He beat Dominic
Beat
Reyes.
before that.
Glover's the one that
Glover
beat
beat Yan.
Oh no, him and Jan were looking at each other after. They were
Yeah,
talking shit to
afterwards.
each other.
Yeah.
Or agreed. I don't know what that was.
They said that they kissed each other.
So who did he fight? Who was before Derek?
So his first fight in the UFC was against Volkan Ozdemir, and then he fought Dominic Reyes,
Yeah.
and then he got that spinning back elbow, and now he's won the champion after
Exactly.
submitting Glover Teixeira.
Okay, so what are the caliber of fighters he was fighting in the previous?
He was in Ryzen. Ryzen is that organization that's in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Double check
That's
that.
interesting. He got it.
he only had one defeat on his record.
And that it's interesting that nobody in that division is talking shit either about that.
Yeah,
'Cause you know how another
Japanese.
guy's
Light
like
heavyweight.
when Connor,
But it's like, who's there though?
exactly when
who's in it?
Connor.
Only if John Jones come back to light heavyweight, but I doubt that's gonna happen.
Wouldn't that be a crazy fight, him and John Jones though? Because that guy he could take. a
But I
punch.
mean,
He got a
Jan,
chin.
Jan can run it back can fight him as well. See if Jan gets his belt back.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah, it's gonna be something like that. I'll be surprised. I
But
won't be
respect
too
to Glover,
surprised.
man. It was really close. He almost had it.
Yeah,
If it would have gone to decision, he would have won, bro. In my opinion, he controlled the ground.
it was
game,
possible.
and he was taking
very
him down the
possible.
most.
He just got tired, dude.
And he was his chin was walking through those punches.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
definitely.
the great thing is like how we've been talking about. The UFC is blessing us with 11 straight weeks, and I think we're in week 2 of this, or week 3 actually. We're going into week 3, better said, and we're gonna have a really good one this week with these guys, Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett. But the whole main card from the beginning, we get
Kevin Holland's fighting too.
Kevin Holland, Juan P. Buckley's fighting in this one. Tim Means, Kevin Holland one, that's the people's main event, but that's gonna be a bar burner, I feel like, because Kevin Holland, we already know he likes to trade, and Tim Means is the same way. In the co-main event, Donald Cerrone and Joe Lozon got booked. I think this one might most likely be the last fight for both of these fighters. In the UFC, at least, I don't see Joe Lozon going to fight anywhere else. Donald Cerrone, maybe, but for sure, I think this is the last fight for both of these guys. So it's going to be a good one to see these guys. And I think it's at lightweight, yeah. So lightweight, so those 3 fights, even that middleweight fight with Joaquin Buckley is going to be a good one, y'all. So tune into UFC Fight Night this weekend. And then a couple weeks after that, that's kind of like the card. But then July, International Fight Week brings us
2 days before.
UFC 276.
2 days before 4th of July.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now we'll go on to the NBA. And LeBron had a new shop episode, and he said a lot of interesting things in that. And there's 2 things that I've want to bring into this podcast. The first one was about him owning an NBA team.
He wants to own the one in Vegas, if there is one.
I mean, he's always talked about wanting to own Cleveland, the Cavs, and stuff like that. But I just
I
think
don't think Dan Gilbert would sell it to him.
yeah, it's true. But who knows? But at the same time, Vegas just makes a lot of sense just because it's like those. I feel like it's gonna be one of those hot markets.
I mean,
like
they have
LA,
every team but
like
the NBA.
Miami.
They have every sports team but
They don't have MLB either.
No,
that's
they don't.
true.
I don't think they have
hockey.
They have MLS
there
already?
was talks about them doing it, and then
There's
it
a
was
hockey
canceled.
team. I think there's a Vegas soccer team.
I don't
no?
think there's MLS
I
yet.
don't think
No.
there's a Vegas soccer team.
No, there isn't.
Las
They
Chivas
have an
go over there?
NHL team.
Chivas are LAFC now.
They
bro.
have an NHL team, and they have
Women's basketball team,
yes, and then they have the NFL.
the Raiders.
Yeah,
Right.
but there was
Bajo,
talks
bajo.
of them getting an MLB
¿Qué le
team.
sigue, pues?
None.
¿Qué le sigue, pues?
But yeah, so that's gonna be. I would think it'd be a dope team for him to own. And I just the Forbes just called him the first billionaire athlete, active athlete.
I mean, shit. Then this week we got Tiger Woods hit that same.
Yep.
Shit.
Yeah, he hit it after.
Inflation, motherfuckers.
Exactly. The rich get
Yesterday's
richer.
price is not today's price.
Yep.
That's crazy because he actually had Fat Joe on that episode with the new shop episode.
What do you guys think? If we have a Vegas team, what should be the name?
You're gonna say Cerotes de Nevada
I wasn't gonna say that.
for the soccer team.
Nah, for NBA, nah.
The
I won't say
mob.
anything stupid like that. I think something. I
The
feel like it
mob.
has to.
That'd be sick.
The mob.
That'd be sick.
They'd have to do
The
something
mob
that
created the
kind of
last-
Yeah,
represents
that's all.
the area. So that's gambling, the desert,
Lucky Strike. I'm just kidding.
Lucky Strike.
Oh, that's a copyright.
I was thinking something like I think like they're like it'd be sick if
Or High Desert. Because you know how the Suns and be like
it'd be dope to have them something like with a snake or something,
rattlesnakes.
something like
That's
that.
whack, man.
And
Yeah.
not a
Don't
snake
call them the
They'll come,
Guardians. Don't call them the Guardians. Please don't call them the Guardians.
or something. But you know,
they'll come up with something more
you
creative
know,
than
it'd be
this
crazy
creative
though
team.
if their logo was like a dice. Because you know they're all they're in Vegas. I don't know. That's gonna be a tall task for them to do. We already know if they're going back to Seattle, it's gonna be the Supersonics. But something else LeBron said that he thinks he could make an impact on the current Heat roster.
He said
No.
the current Heat and the Warriors.
Yeah, he wants to leave Lakers.
Yeah. No,
That's what he's saying. secretly.
No, that's not what happened. He said, okay, let me put it into context. They asked him a question,
Hearsay.
and he said, no, first of all, my team is not in the playoffs, which is the Lakers. I'd love to pay for my team in the playoffs, be in the finals right now. He said that. Then he said, but since we're not in the playoffs, if I can bring an immediate impact to either team, it'd be the Miami Heat or the Warriors. And he just said because of the group of guys and all that. But come on, guys, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't spread no false narrative, man.
Yeah, man.
He's still on a contract for the Los Angeles Lakers.
We need some fake news, bro.
I'm gonna put this episode's gonna be called "LeBron Wants to Go to the Heat," bro. You know what I'm saying? Clickbait. Nah, but then AD came out and also said something else that he said he hasn't shot a basketball since April 5th.
Oh.
That's going on damn near 3 months.
Man, bro, really? Y'all, when they made a big deal out of that, I'm looking at y'all like, why y'all making a big deal out of this?
It's not nothing to make a big deal out of.
Not
I
in
think
my-
it's just restoring his mental health and restoring his body.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because he needs to focus.
And I feel like he
and
needs to have his
that's what
body
preseason-
ready.
That's what
For-
preseason is for.
Yeah, and then
For you to start
Nah.
shooting.
I don't
and
know.
bro, I cut KJ. KJ, same thing. He hasn't touched the ball in months. Matter of fact, this last weekend I think is the first time he went to some open runs. He went to Phoenix for some open runs with his agent. So all his agent has runs with all his players. It's crazy, and they're over there running. I think it was this last weekend that they went to Arizona.
See, I feel like AD though, he's a focal point of the team, and just given that you've barely buried what
See,
30 games.
They
this
want to
season?
do this to then get in the Lakers' head. Oh, the main guy's not practicing.
Like
The main guy's not doing this.
in the
like,
off season though,
Exactly.
I mean, but it's still crazy to just
being
say
that it's a long off season,
exactly.
Yeah, but you played 30
So you-
games, so you've already had a pretty long offseason. It's just like,
bro.
it's just
and
one
he
thing is
couldn't
one
do
thing is
basketball activities because he was injured.
One thing is it to hear like, okay, I haven't played a game of basketball, to say I haven't shot a basketball. That's like, damn, bro. That to me. That's
You're
just
resting,
that's,
bro.
So
that's another thing.
you're telling me you're an athlete for you get paid to do this. You do this all day and
Fucking, I'll at least shoot a basketball in there. I'll at least fucking, yeah, bro, at least that, at the very least. Hey, bro, we have fucking Kobe Bryant all over this place, bro. And, you know, this guy was just on a different, I'm not asking him to be that, but at the same, like I said, being off of 30 games, it's
how are
like,
you even comparing Kobe Bryant to AD?
I'm not, I'm
'Cause he
saying
was
that,
always
I'm
in
saying
the
that should be
gym.
that should be, being in a Laker uniform, you
He
should at
wants
least
that to be your
strive to be
standard.
at least strive to be that. And then especially you won the championship the year he passed, and you know the championship was for Kobe and all that
Bro,
stuff.
he was hitting fadeaways on and then saying
yeah,
Kobe.
you know what I mean. And then
So,
that's
how quickly they
you know why that
forget.
happened. You know why that happened, though,
How
Enzo?
quickly they
You
forget.
want to know that happened? Because when the NBA was on a hiatus, he was with LeBron training, not saying I haven't shot a basketball in months.
Is that really what happened?
Bro, was he not? Him, they were all training him. There was videos of them two with JR all riding bikes and shit, getting ready
Riding
for this,
bikes.
getting
He's
ready
not
for,
touching the basketball.
getting ready to come back, bro.
Yeah,
He's
getting your
obvious-
cardio is
his
different.
conditioning
Yeah,
is
that's
most
different
likely
from,
They were
like-
all
doing
trained
that.
though, bro. They talked about that too,
Bro,
though.
that's
You think LeBron has touched the basketball?
Yes, bro. There was actually a live of him and James
his
fucking
son,
shooting,
right.
him and
LeBron.
Bronny
that's
shooting the
because
ball.
that's because he has a
At
high
least they were
school.
shooting the ball, bro.
That's because he has a high school student that's in like one of the top players in the nation. Obviously,
I
this kid,
understand that,
he's
but,
playing basketball.
but still, and he just asked the question, and yeah, he was shooting the ball in that video, bro.
Yeah, but-
that video was
and-
this week
and,
actually.
I mean, there's a lot of players that. I mean,
And he's not even in the gym. He's just shooting in his driveway from what it looks like. I mean, in my head,
so
it's like,
who's to
AD
say he hasn't touched one of the
He said
basketball?
it. That
I'm
motherfucker
saying,
said it.
I'm
AD said it.
saying,
AD
I'm
said it.
saying.
AD said it,
Okay,
though.
how many days ago was that?
AD said it.
How many days ago was that?
Well, he said he hasn't touched it since the last game he played for the Lakers.
All right, so
April
how,
5th.
and when was the day he said that?
That was this
statement?
week that he said this.
All right then. So from that day to today, he could have touched the basketball.
Well, he
and
bro,
we don't know that, right?
He's,
You don't gotta-
He said it, bro. We're
Past
this
tense.
whole thing
he
is
said
coming.
it. He's not saying it because saying it's like saying it like he.
talking about?
He's
because-
getting you on language.
Yeah, bro.
That's
He's
all
not. He's
getting
not on
on.
the live saying it right now at the moment, but he said it
Because
this week,
you
bro.
don't know if he's in the gym right now currently after the
But we're
backlash that you
talking
gave
off
Yeah,
of-
him.
exactly.
We're talking off of the
That the
Kobe
whole
gave
peer
us this week,
pressure,
bro.
the peer pressure
He's
of
like,
the Laker
"Hey, bro, let's
Nation.
go
I hope,
drive
I hope
by-
he is after this week.
Let's
shit.
go drive by El Segundo practice facility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's go. Hey man, appreciate y'all
He's
listening
probably
to
in,
us today, man.
he's
Hopefully
probably
the
in,
Warriors
Have a
take
good
this
one.
motherfucking chip, man.
he's
Because I don't
probably in
want the
They're
Celtics.
currently playing. It's 87-78. We'll see what
How
happens.
much time left in the quarter?
All right, y'all.
6 minutes.
So,
Third, fourth quarter?
Yeah.
All right.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to our episode. We appreciate your support. Remember to follow us on Instagram at The Current Pod, where you can share our episodes, review, interact with us, talk to us about what's going on. We appreciate your feedback and everything that you guys do for us and supporting us. Have a wonderful day.